So good afternoon to everybody. First of all, of course, thank you much for the organized AT for the kind invitation. And it's a great pleasure being here in Jaipur, and I must admit I learned a lot today. So maybe you would ask, what is a trade commissioner doing? Well, basically, trade commissioner is doing trade promotion within both countries. And I must say we are quite successful. Actually, India at the moment is exporting more to Austria than we were exporting to India. So we crossed the 1,000 million line, so over 1 billion bilateral trade on both sides. So we have 2 billion. So India is exporting 1 billion to Austria, and we are slightly minus exporting to India. So, second question, you will ask, what is Austria doing today? Because you are experts in that area, and Austria is not really a major player in the fields mining, oil and gas. But you will be surprised. I have 3 reasons being here. We are still some producers for certain minerals. So you could say we are a niche provider. Secondly, in all these areas, fields, Austria is a major supplier of technology. So we discussed a lot today about technology. And thirdly, in this situation we talk about later, there is a lot of opportunities for Indian companies, businessmen like you, entrepreneurs, for exporting to Austria and to the European Union. So let me start first a little bit with history. I'm showing you an old map of the city of Schwaz. I'm sure you never heard about Schwaz. Schwaz is in the western province of Austria, Tyrol, and just half an hour from Innsbruck. So I'm showing you that Schwaz in the 1500s, so 1500, was the mining center in the world. So in Schwaz was the most important silver mine in the world. And in that day, all over Europe, people came to excavate silver. And the silver was transported to a city close to Innsbruck, Hall. And in Hall, they made a special coin. And actually, this coin from 1500 had importance till 1900. And this coin took the name Thaler. Thaler. Tal means valley, so Thaler means being or coming from a valley. And actually, the word dollar originates from Thaler. So you could say the US currency originates from Austria. And by the way, today, of course, this mine, there is a museum. So when you have the chance traveling to Austria, visit Innsbruck. There you can visit the mine. There's a museum. It's a tour. It's a very nice tour there. You can visit the Mint Tower, where they printed the origin of the US dollar. And by the way, it's in the area where Swarovski is. You know Swarovski, the crystal world, the manufacturer of crystal chandeliers. And in this crystal museum, you will find a famous horse made of crystal glass. And this horse is made after the famous, how you pronounce, Chetak. So this fighting horse from the Maharana Pratap. So if you can combine that all within half the afternoon. So this is history. Let's come to the present. So this is Erzberg. Erzberg is German, means iron ore mountain. And this is still the world's largest siderite deposit in the world. And we are still number 5 manufacturer in the world with magnesites. We are number 7 with tungsten ore. And we are number 11 in the world with talc. And at the moment in Austria, and I think it's amazing, it's a small country, just 83,000 square kilometers. The population is 9 million, so much less than your capital here. But we still have 1,000 quarries above ground and 40 mines below ground. And every year we manufacture 80 million tons of mineral in a year. So let's come to the next sector, Austrian oil and gas sector. So you will be surprised, we still have some oil manufacturing in Austria, especially in the eastern region around Vienna, so Upper Austria, Lower Austria. So 7% of the need of oil we manufacture locally. The rest we have to import, and primarily from Kazakhstan. The next point is more tricky. As you can see, 80% of our natural gas comes from Russia. And Austria is also a major distribution network in Europe for gas. So we have huge gas deposits. The gas comes from the Slovak Republic, and we provide Slovenia. So Slovenia depends completely from our distribution network, and then we also provide Italy. And besides the war in Russia, which of course we completely reject and which we consider is illegal, and besides the human tragedy, of course, there is also an economic effect all over the world. And the next slide shows you clearly why we are nervous in Europe and in Austria. This is the development of the gas price. And just from August, for over 1 year, the gas price increased by 323%. 323%. So at the moment, we have inflation of over 9%, which we never had before. And the next slide shows you similar the development of the electricity index in Austria, which also increased in 1 year by 257%. So I'm showing you this. At the moment in Europe, in Austria, we are in an emergency modus. At the moment, we are increasing our gas deposits. At the moment, we are 50% full. We want to increase it, of course, to 100%. The winter is approaching. And as you know, as experts, natural gas isn't only for private consumption, it's also major ingredients for the industry, for certain industries. So we want to build up 100%, so that we, at least without gas supply, we could survive at least for 1 year. It's another topic, but we really have, we're very strong in gas deposits, and they have the know-how and over many centuries and the knowledge about this. So why I'm showing you this? I'm showing you this, as I said, at the moment we are shocked, and we're in emergency modus, so we have the discussion now what we do. We have the discussion switching natural gas to LNG, and as you know, it's of course more expensive. We have the discussion reduction of oil consumption, of gas consumption. We have the discussion now reducing the gas burners in Europe. But as you know, as expert, this you cannot do from one day to the next. So when this emergency will be over, we have to think seriously in all Europe what we will do, how we will supply. Then, of course, discussion is to sustainability, alternative energy, less use of energy, and so on. But what is definitely clear, we want to decrease, we want to cut off our ties, our economic ties to Russia, and we do not want to depend anymore on Russia. So this is crystal clear. And besides the war, in combination what happened in the COVID time with 2 years of Corona and pandemic, there already started this discussion of supply chain in all sectors. And discussion goes on, we are looking for reliable partners, not only reliable companies, but also companies sitting in society, sitting in, let's say, in states which we can trust. So you could say it's states with a similar mindset. You also could call it a connection between democracies. And I think India has an excellent position in that. And the discussion, and you must be aware of that, it's not only having strong suppliers, and we are fully aware, strong suppliers, or in the case for LNG, has a higher cost. So the whole business model will change in Europe. In the last decades, the primacy was buying the cheapest, buying your cheapest product. We never thought about security, gas was safe, oil was safe. And then in the pandemic and in the war now, we saw there's a high risk. So now we're looking for partners where we can trust on, even when we know it's a higher price. And the second issue, I think it's very important, and we discussed it today, is sustainability. So European Union will look more and more, not only the products we're importing, they will look from where we imported it, they will look more how these products are manufactured. So maybe you're aware the Germans will start now with a new law. It's a very complicated name, supply chain law. So every company in Germany, over 3,000 employees, when they import from abroad, they must be sure that the product was manufactured under certain human rights conditions. The next will be under sustainability. That means we won't allow anymore in the future products which are manufactured in other countries which are, let's say, damaging the environment. So on that you must be aware, and this is for me the first time we do not, before we just check the product. health issues and so on. Now in the future we'll check the product under which conditions these products are manufactured. And this is a major change in the international trade. So let's come to my last point. That's the main reason I'm here. Of course, we would like to offer you Austrian technologies. So Austria always was a reliable partner. By the way, after Indian independence, which are celebrating now 75 years, Austria offered for the first time its steel-making process abroad, and India was building up the steel industry, so huge plants in Bokaro, Rourkela, with the Austrian steel-making process. Of course, we're still selling to the major manufacturers, steel manufacturers in India, of course, newer technologies. So Austria, of course, we have specialized vehicles for the mining industry. We have highly specialized oil field equipment. We have, for example, a company, this is a very interesting case, Raxol. They have software data management for the oil drilling industry. And actually, they came to India with ONGC, and ONGC brought them to Colombia. So this is quite an interesting link. And many more examples we have like this. We are very strong in the refractory industry. So fireproof products for the steel process, steel making, clean steel is now the latest. So we have whole simulators for the steel making process. Of course, we have technologies for energy efficiency, and of course, huge topic, sustainability. So we have, in certain areas, technologies for the full removal of the deposits, and of course, sustainability. We have know-how for the recultivation and the renaturation of the open cast mines. And now I'm coming to my end, and lastly, because so many representatives for the cement industry are here, Austria is really a strong worldwide provider in the cement industry. So we have a full range of technologies, from burners, from filters, and what is very special in Austria, we are the leading country of the world when it comes to alternative energy. Alternative energy means we are using garbage, industrial waste, and transforming it for the burners for the cement industry. And as the experts know, in the cement industry, 40% of the cost is energy, so very highly. So we have all the recycling machines, the technology to recycle industrial waste, to prepare it for the burners for the cement industry, the filters and so on. And this is really a strong area. We had 3 years ago, we had a delegation from Latin America, 70 representatives from the cement industry going to Austria. We studied the laws, the developments, how it works, the complete supply chain. And you're most welcome coming to Austria and visit our technologies. So with that, I end introduction. Here you find our address. So any kind of information you need from Austria, any kind of technology, I hope you woke your interest, please get in touch with us. We have offices in New Delhi, in Mumbai, and in Bangalore. Thank you very much.